Hello everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin Hostler and this is Blue Black Mill. We are doing it, people. We're playing Fraying Sanity in Modern. That's this deck right here. 5-0 to Magic Online League. It's real. This looks a little different than the decks you're used to seeing mill people out. It's only 2 colors. It plays 4 Field of Ruin. We have Fraying Sanity, just one of the best cards from Hour of Devastation. It basically doubles all your mill effects. We also have Fatal Pushes in Darkness here to survive against creatures. Now, this hand, pretty sweet. If our opponent goes fetch on turn 1 here, that's 26 cards out of their library gone. It's going to be half their library just gone on the first turn if they have a fetch land. Unfortunately for us, Mountain, not exactly a fetch land start here. Oh, this can't be good. Well, the Darkness is going to be good here. Our opponent played around the mill by mulliganing to 5, so hopefully the draw will at least be a little slow. All right, there we can start things off here with this Glimpsy Unthinkable. Or Mesmeric Orb. I guess Mesmeric Orb is better here because Glimpse will always be 10 cards no matter what point of the game we cast it. Mesmeric Orb, though, that scales based on how many turns it is, so we may as well start getting them early here, and Milling Goblin Grenade is not a bad start. Our opponent with a full-on tilt here, mismatch lands. Fair enough. I've been a big fan of these bolus lands with a sun in the middle of the horns. It's been pretty cool. The second sun, I don't really know how that works. Not really a lore guy. I've been told it's actually pretty good, and I should go read it for the new stuff really about the newest stuff with Dominaria. It's been pretty good. I know they have a big high-profile fantasy author in doing it, so maybe I'll give that a shot. But I don't know. First sun, second sun, whatever. It's cool behind these horns. All right, we're going to take 2 here from the Foundry Street Denizen. Fall to 18. Now, the problem we're going to have here are these Archive Traps. Great cards, but if our opponent doesn't fetch, they get a lot worse. That said, we'll Darkness next turn. Looks like this turn we're just going to fetch out. I suppose I don't want to get... I guess it's a basic island because I don't want the Watery Grave. So let's go ahead and... oops, not Glimpse. Just go ahead and cast this Mind Funeral and cross our fingers that they don't hit many lands. All right, well, not bad. It got 10 cards there, so it's essentially a Glimpsy Unthinkable. This is going to be close. This Glimpse will be good for us, and this Darkness will be very good for us. All of that said, we still have a long way to go before we actually get through their library here, and they will have finishing power with their Lightning Bolts and Bushwhackers and all of it. But hopefully next turn we draw a land. We may end up having to fetch out the Watery Grave, which would not be ideal, but land would be good for us. Yep, there's a Legion Loyalist. They've tapped a second red as well, so I wonder what that means is following along this Legion Loyalist here, but we're going to take quite a bit of damage, I think. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's a lot of damage from this pile driver. Oh, man. Let's see how dead we are. This was their mold of 5, too. Pretty good. Against our deck in particular, obviously. Alright, so, yeah, that's 12 damage, so we'll go down to 5. That is, unfortunately, dead to Goblin Grenade range. Yeah, Fatal Push would have been pretty good. I guess we'll put this Mind Funeral under here. We just have to Darkness them here. Not exactly where we want to be. Although this Mesmeric Orb is getting them for 6. That's pretty decent. And they're going to... I mean, they might just Goblin Grenade us to death, but they also might attack with everything, which would be good for us. And they are nearing 20 in Library. Not there yet. Alright, good. Here they attack with everything. That means this Darkness is going to be perfect because it means we'll at least get 4 out of this Mesmeric Orb. Really, we need our opponent to have basically nothing but more creatures. And then we need to draw a land. Alright, let's Darkness here. Now, for what it's worth, this was pretty good in the main deck. Just drawing another one of these wouldn't be so bad either. Yeah, these Archive Traps, they range from great to poor, and they were unfortunately poor in this particular matchup. I guess we... Oh, JK, they always have the Goblin Grenade. That's what you have to know about Goblins. All right, well, let's get the Crypt Incursions in here and I guess get a couple archive... Probably just all the archive traps out. I guess we just want to play control here. We want to gain a bunch of life, and that's the thing about... it's obviously better against Burn. Goblins doesn't seem like a great matchup for us, to be honest, but Crypt Incursion is pretty sweet. We weren't that far off in that last game, for what it's worth. We could have untapped. We could have... yeah, I mean, we could have untapped. We could have... and played Glimpse the Unthinkable. Put them down to 21 cards in their library. Let them go to their turn. Let them Mesmeric or mill them down below 20. Cast the Mind Funeral before their draw step. And, you know, if they didn't have enough cards left, we might have actually got them there. All right, we will play first. This is a keep, I suppose. Yeah, and we've got an Orb. We've got a Fraying Sanity. We got a Cycler here on turn 1. This card's sweet, too. I love this card. Same clause as Shelldock Off. A graveyard has 20 or fewer cards and you draw 3 instead of 1. But worst case scenario, just cycles. Like, this card is just awesome. Okay, so... That said, I'm not convinced I actually want to play it on turn 1 because what we are determining about this deck here is that it doesn't have very many basics. Now, I just copied the list that 5-0'd in its entirety. But with just the couple swamps, a couple islands, sometimes you end up having to shock yourself when you don't want to. All right, well, Goblin, they kept 7 this time around, so I guess that's good for us, right? It means we're 2 cards closer to milling him out than we were last game. Excuse me, this Fetch Land will also allow us to reset the top of our library if we don't like it and Goblin Grenade does not draw us a card. Maybe I should have played the Tarn so we'd have the option of fetching a basic if we really wanted. We'll just draw a basic. How about that? That's actually not... I guess it's fine. It doesn't matter too much. It means we don't have to take as much damage over the course of the game, which is good. All right, nothing to do here. Ooh, Field of Ruin, not the worst, I suppose. Nothing to do here but just slam the Orb. Next turn, slam the Fraying Sanity and hope that we don't die. If we can make it to turn 4 where we can Darkness, I think we'll be in an okay position here. So that's kind of what we're hoping, is that our opponent's turn 3 essentially isn't insane. And only clocking us for 2 here is not bad. Visions of Beyond on top. I'm not looking forward to going, if we do get this one, not looking forward to going to game 3 and being on the draw, but let's see. What can you do? Pile Driver. The problem for us is we basically have no option but to play the... Ooh, I say that, and there's a Hedron Crab, which, for what it's worth, doesn't really block. It might block something. Can't jump in the way of a Pile Driver, even. I could play it. I could play a land. I could Darkness. The problem is, like, basically all of our cards are really... The only way we're going to win the game is resolving Fraying Sanity here. So if our opponent doesn't kill us on this turn, then we'll be okay, because next turn we play Hedron Crab, play a land, have Darkness up. But it all comes down to how much damage we take on this turn. So it's Goblins. I assume there's going to be some sort of Bushwhacker, whether it's Reckless or just a Goblin, I don't know, but it's getting bushwhacked is never good. Backed up by Goblin Grenade and so on. We could just be dead. Legion Loyalist, okay. That's feels bad. It feels like that's probably setting up for a Reckless Bushwhacker here. Yep, there it is. Alright, well, that's 1 billion damage. We might just be dead. So what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 6. Oh, literal dead on turn. Okay, that's fun. Wow. It's 15, I believe. I think we just actually died on turn 3. You know, I could have played Hedron Crab and held up Darkness there, but we're not winning the game that way. The only way we win the game is resolve Fraying Sanity and not be dead. So that's insane. We dealt 1 damage to ourselves for that game, and that was enough for Goblins to actually kill us on turn 3. So that's pretty sick. Good games. Thanks for watching.